My name is Kareem Namuz, and I am the founder of QuantiPackAI, and today I am so excited to run you through a demo of our platform to showcase how it can empower you. Starting here on our landing page, you can learn about all of our core features and their functionalities, and then select the subscription model that best suits your needs. Now, let's log in. Once subscribed and logged in, you'll be directed to your dashboard. Here you can view your token balance, have quick access to each of our core functions, and here you'll find your AI Packaging Chatbot. And what is so cool about this chatbot is it understands your context. If you're in supply chain, logistics, sustainability, packaging, it speaks your language. So take a look at the example we prompted here. We asked it, what is a mil? And it automatically knew that it's a unit of measurement used for materials, the thickness of materials. Amazing. And then at the bottom, you'll have access to see how you historically spent your tokens on which analysis. Now, let's look at Suite Analyzer. Every time you select one of our core features, you'll be prompted with a manual explaining how it works. Let's begin. Suite Analyzer determines your most optimal packaging suite, pinpoints any inefficiencies, and forecast savings compared to your baseline for cost and material, all based off your order data. So let's run through an example. First, you need to upload your order data in this format, order ID and total order volumes in cubic inches. So let's upload some sample data. Next, you'll be asked to upload your packaging informations. What is your current suite, right? So this is the CSV format, packaging type, length, width, height, cost, weight, and baseline usage percentage. Now, if you don't currently track your baseline usage percentage, all you have to do is look at what you bought, look at what you purchased, and boom, there's your packaging usage percentage. So you can also upload this information manually. Let's upload some sample data here, and then run the analysis, and you're gonna get an extremely detailed report. First, we have some of these high value numbers, right? So our optimized fill rate was 57.5%. And look at this, we were able to run 3.5 million orders a second. So imagine how much historical data our platform can run to give you such an accurate forecast of what you need to do better. Starting out with your first chart, you'll get your packaging distribution comparison chart. So this showcases what your baseline was, so what you're currently doing, compared to what the optimized way would have been, right? So this client is packing out extremely inefficiently, and they could be packing out much better. And we can also see this here in their order profile chart, right? So this showcases how their orders look like, the most common ranges, the average volumes. And as you can see in this client's data, his orders are fairly small. So most of his orders should be fitting in the smaller sized packaging, which we saw here in the packaging distribution for the optimized. Next, you get a cost savings analysis. So how much would you have saved if you packed out more optimally? And with this client, he would have saved 62.5% of his cost spent on packaging. That is huge. And then with the same logic, but for material usage, this client could have saved 54.8% on his material usage. He's spending so much, wasting so much. And then next, we take it a step even further. We don't only pinpoint the inefficiencies, we show you how you can change your current packaging to take it a step further. So you can set your target fill rate. Right now it's at 75. You can move it up to 80, wherever you would like it to be. And it tells you how to redesign each one of your packaging types to increase that fill rate to hit that target for the orders that are going into that package type. So currently the extra small is hitting around a 55% fill rate, and we could take it up to an 80% by reducing the dimensions to a 7x6x6. Amazing stuff here. And if any of your data is not valid or missing, it'll get caught and we'll tell you. And then lastly, you'll get a full report of how these orders should have been packed out optimally, one by one, including their fill rate. And all this information can be exported for you to take on, to present, or to do further analysis on. Amazing. Now, let's look at Spec Generator, where you can create product or packaging spec data completely from scratch. The only required field you need is the product name. Optionally, you can also add the description and category. This is the CSV format, or you can upload these products manually. Let's upload some sample data. You can also add a couple more pieces of information to make sure the AI provides you the most accurate information it possibly can. And then you calibrate the AI with your minimum and maximum product specs from your data set. And then generate, and not only will it generate this data, it'll provide you the reasoning why and its confidence level behind these specs that it gave you, which we will see here in a few short seconds. And here we have it, your product data generated with length, width, height, and volume, the confidence level of the AI, and the reasoning behind each of these specs that it generated. Really, really amazing stuff here. And you can export this data to have for your personal use. Now, let's look at the demand planner, where you can accurately forecast your packaging needs. It starts off by asking you what your current packaging is, so you can upload this through a CSV format or manually. Let's upload some sample data here. Boom. And then next, you gotta set your percentages. So one way to do it is to quarterly upload your packaging usage. And what it'll do is it'll create a running percentage, which is really, really amazing. And you can add more periods as you go, or you can hard set these percentages. So for this example, let's do some hard set percentages: 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then put in the amount of forecasted orders you've been provided by your team. So let's say 100,000 with a safety buffer of 15% just to be safe. And then automatically you get a detailed report of how much packaging you need to purchase, how much it's going to cost you, and how much material weight it's going to take up. Really, really amazing stuff. And you can export this data for personal use. And one of the coolest things about this function is your data saves. So when you come back, your packaging will still be here. Your inputted historical data or manual percentages will still be here unless you clear it. Really, really cool. Now, let's look at Design Analyzer, where you can upload your packaging designs to have it be compared to your competitors or other designs you may be considering. Let's begin. Step 1 is to upload your packaging designs. Here we have the QuantiPack cereal brand. And then it asks about some information about this product. So let's add what it is: a normal store shelf cereal brand. And then it asks some of the competitor designs you're considering. So in my case, I'm going to upload another personal design that I'm considering for my fake cereal company. Really, really cool. And you can upload up to 4. And then you can put the analysis focus for what you're trying to target, and then analyze. And in a few short seconds, we are going to get a really, really, really detailed report of what we did good and what we can do better. And here we have it. Our overall design for our main one got rated at 8.3 out of 10, and our competitor design got an 8.1 out of 10, which helps us select which one we end up thinking is better. And it gives us the reasoning. So why did it score the score, right? And if anything isn't super good, it gives us a potential improvement we can make and some really, really strong recommendations of how we can even better improve the current design. Really, really amazing stuff here. And you can export this information in a report to take back to your team or for your own personal consideration. Amazing. Lastly, we have our settings page where you can access your personal information, change or edit your current plan, and then contact any support that you may need. I am so grateful to have you have made it to the end of this video, and I can't emphasize enough how excited I am to have you be a part of our community. Thank you.